the game, Triple H, Big Papa Pump. Look at the shape that both of these men are in heading into this huge world title matchup. It's been all mind games from Big Papa Pump about, I guess you could say, having a bigger pump than the game, Triple H. Scott Steiner has done everything leading up to this match to intimidate the game, Triple H. But now that it's game time, let's see how this thing actually fares out in the end. And that's gonna be a difference maker right there. Is that taped up quad of Triple H. Triple H having a history of quad issues. It's only been a year since he returned from tearing his quad. And it's been a back and forth battle between these two right off the bat. It truly is a power battle between two heavy hitters. Similar paths to get to the same point. And that same point is this match right here with the biggest prize on the line. And there's the showboating that we know and love from Big Papa Pump. Getting a few push-ups in. Saying it's light work. Scott Steiner looking to expose the bandage on the left leg of Triple H. And he's now starting to expose it, but Triple H kicks back at Steiner. But Steiner just goes right back after that leg. And all that force with that elbow. The thing is, this is legal. It's all fair game for Big Papa Pump. Going after the leg, one shot after the next as he torques it back. Look at the way the ankle looks. The leg is definitely not supposed to bend like that. And again, Triple H gets his leg kicked out from under him. Scott Steiner may have just found exactly what he was looking for. It's like a vampire sucking blood as Big Papa Pump slowly but surely breaks apart Triple H piece by piece. And now mocking the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who's in Triple H's corner on the outside of the ring, connecting that figure 4 leg lock on Triple H and applying extreme pressure on the injured leg that he's been working on. Ref was focused on Triple H. Nature Boy took it into his own account to rake the eyes of Scott Steiner to force the break on that figure 4. But Scott Steiner now on the attack of the Nature Boy, who goes down. Steiner finally getting his hands on the Nature Boy. But Triple H knocking Steiner off the apron onto the steel steps. And this is a great opportunity for Triple H to recuperate. I mean, it's not going to be enough time, but any second counts. Any and every second counts. And in a heavy match like this. It's a hard-hitting bout. And Triple H distracting the ref to give Ric Flair another shot at Big Papa Pump. And this has pretty much become a 2-on-1 match at this point. Triple H and Ric Flair making every second count, and their divisive plan on Scott Steiner. And a nice swinging neck breaker from the champion. Lays out Steiner. Steiner kicking at it too. And now Triple H hammering away. Triple H, we've seen it time and time again. What he's willing to do to become world champion and what he most certainly is willing to do to retain it. And that's what we've seen so far in this match. Dirty tricks that you learn from the dirtiest player in the game. Scott Steiner starting to fight back, but Triple H counters. Hooks the leg for the cover with a near pinfall there for the Cerebral Assassin. But Big Papa Pump fights to keep this one going. Triple H driving his shoulder into the midsection of Scott Steiner. That's how you make it harder to breathe for your opponent. Especially when you have the amount of muscle that these two carry. Having a high endurance is so much more difficult when you're carrying that much muscle mass. And look at the power. Big Papa Pump laying out the game with a belly to belly. What a thunderous chop. And a carnivorous blow to the back. And what a massive shot. Oh, this is cheap. Earl Hebner ain't having any of that today, brother. He is not buying what's being sold. Earl Hebner almost disqualified Triple H, and then he realized, oh, Triple H would have retained the title. He's not letting it happen that way. He's trying to get disqualified. I don't blame Earl Hebner. Get your shot in on Triple H. Talk your smack. A massive back body drop gave Scott Steiner some time to recover while the ref was focused on an angry Triple H and Nature Boy Ric Flair. Triple H tried to purposefully get himself disqualified. Belly to belly slam. Cover attempt by Steiner to no prevail for the challenger. The question is this: how far is Scott Steiner willing to go to get the victory? We've already seen Triple H's little sneaky tactics with his partner in crime, Ric Flair, to see how far he's willing to go. But when it comes down to at the end of the day, if Scott Steiner truly wants to be the World Heavyweight Champion, what lengths is he willing to extend to? Scott Steiner now sending Triple H back into the ring after Triple H went leg first into those steel steps as he hammers away on the World Heavyweight Champion. One of these two will go to WrestleMania in the driver's seat as the World Heavyweight Champion. Will it be the Game? Will it be Big Papa Pump? Almost saw Big Papa Pump punch his ticket to the show of shows, but Triple H stayed in it. Scott Steiner perching the Game up at the top. High risk territory. Up in the danger zone. Flying first class to the mat. Scott Steiner lays out Triple H. Will it take him to WrestleMania? The Nature Boy saves the day. The thing is, the ref never saw it. His face was focused the other way on the pinfall. Could be time for a Steiner recliner. What in the world is Ric Flair calling for? And backup comes in. Randy Orton gets laid out by Big Papa Pump. And even more trouble comes the way of Scott Steiner in the form of the Animal Batista, who gets sent into those steel steps. And now it's become a 4-on-1. And Triple H nailing Big Papa Pump with a pet. Nope. And a big clothesline from Steiner, sending Triple H to the outside. And what a slam into the mat. Randy Orton gets sent hard. Steiner sends Orton flying over the top into Batista. And Earl Hebner has finally had enough as he sends Flair, Batista, and Orton out of here. Evolution is out. But meanwhile, the ref never saw any of it. He's too focused on clearing out and evening out the playing field. He tossed out Evolution. He missed the title belt shot to the face. Oh! But somehow, when there's a will, there is a way, and Scott Steiner just kicked out after being clocked in the skull with that World Heavyweight Championship. But now it could be time to play the game as a pedigree connects in the center of the ring. And it's all over. Triple H will head into WrestleMania as still the World Heavyweight Champion. When you have the tricks of the dirtiest player in the game, the cerebral assassin already had it figured out heading in to this big world title match. It's an unfortunate turn of events for Scott Steiner, but on this night, the numbers game were just too powerful. A 4-on-1 is what led the Game, Triple H, to a big victory here at No Way Out.